Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And it's a sad day. You see, we're commemorating the death of playoff hopes. And because of such, we're going to go ahead and cover the Cowboys and Packers first. So, Tiff, would you like to take this?
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
This was painful. I can't even pretend this. Like, I can't even sleep that night. It hurt really bad. I've had bad feelings about this game all week. I told you that. I don't know, something about Green Bay. I think people were sleeping on them. I think maybe the Cowboys were sleeping on them a bit. And I told you, there's something about love. Like I told you, there's a resilience about him. He's really getting better and better and better. And
according to the Beatles and apparently Mike McCarthy, all you need is love.
That's, well, I think Dallas needed more than that. Shocking. Well, I don't know if it was shocking to me because
you were on.
They kept Garrett for 10 years.
I was like, Jerry's a very loyal creature. They kept saying that it was going to get rid of McCarthy. Like, this is it. And I'm like, Jerry's really loyal. Like, I can see them keep it.
Maybe they said anything less than the NFC Championship last
year.
He's gone. He's gone.
I've heard that about. I think we forgot about Jason Garrett. They did everything. They fired everybody but Jason for a long time before Jason had to go. He's a very loyal person. I don't think he likes to throw people away.
And I think the problem is McCarthy took over the offense. Dak had an MVP year, and it took most of the game to do it, but he still put up 32 points by the end of the game.
Him and Ferguson.
The offense or the defense has been what's kind of let y'all down. Like, all the big games are games. All the big losses for Dallas this year are games where the defense doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really McCarthy's side. That means Dan Quinn's the problem. Which, that's what Dan Quinn did in Atlanta. That's why I don't understand all this hype for him as a head coach. 28-3. That's Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn wants a small, fast, aggressive offense. The problem is when you get in the defense. Sorry. The problem is when you get into the playoffs and you're playing big, fast, aggressive, talented people. They hit an aggressive run game. They use 2 tight ends, and every Dan Quinn defense that has ever existed gets blown apart.
I mean, there was a lot of busted coverages in that game because there was no reason for Musgrave and Dobbs to be as open as they were multiple times.
They weren't blitzing, really. Love was so comfortable.
Even when they did, he backed up. He made a play every time.
The average distance between defender and receiver for Dallas and Green Bay was 5.1 yards. So every time a Green Bay player caught a ball, the closest person to them was over 5 yards away. So, I mean, that kind of tells you right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really bad.
I mean,
every team this year has been able to run the ball whenever they want to. Bad teams have ran the ball all over y'all.
I'm tired. Like, I made the video. Like, we got next year. Come on. You know, it's always, I'm tired. Like, this was next year. This is the promise. And, like, no offense to Lamb. Like, yeah, he looks good. But when you need Lamb, there's no Lamb. Like, I feel like, I'm sorry. He's an 88 fraud. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Michael Irvin, like, we need you to catch these balls. It's something like Dak went pretty. But even when Dak was starting to clean it up and it was more, this is your football. There
was a couple that hit him in the hands, and he just dropped.
And they looked like they were trying to talk to him at the beginning of the game. It wasn't even.
He hadn't even got it.
He hadn't even gotten out of hand yet, and then he was pepping up. And I don't know. But if he's not there, there is no offense, and that can't be.
No, I also blame Jerry and Steven on that. They're the GMs. They admitted that they didn't do enough to replace Amari Cooper. And who did they go get to replace him this year? When they admitted at the beginning of the year that last year one of the problems was they needed to replace him.
I think when they got Cooks.
When they got Brandon Cooks, thought it was going to be enough.
Yeah, they got Brandon Cooks a year and a half
ago.
They had already admitted that they needed more firepower
But it was a
and
little
Cook was on the team.
earlier.
And they also thought Michael Gallup was finally going to. He was because he kept on coming on and he'd have his spurts.
You never know him. Like one game he'll have this great game, and the next game
you have a spotty runner like Pollard, who very explosive playmaker, but he's not a durable back. And you let
took away that
do nothing to replace that.
They took away that ground and pound.
Yeah.
Zeke was the pound, and then he was the slasher.
And Donald and Pollard
played just like Pollard.
They play exactly the same, so there's no switch up. There's no. Yeah. You don't even have to. Oh, we got to readjust. There's nothing.
It's the exact same style player.
It's the same thing. So
and both of them are a hit and miss. They're going to do a couple plays here and there, but they're not the kind of person you're going to just feed the ball and wear down a defense. Right. So I mean, on some fronts, I guess I can understand as Jerry Jones, well, we're supposed to tool better, and clearly we didn't tool the run game and that enough. And our defense is supposed to be the staple of our team, and that didn't show up.
I don't know if I like him staying up there either.
Sorry.
With Quinn staying up there. Clearly your defense is having some problems. Who is motivating them on the field? Who is look, I need to make...
should be out on the field?
I think a little bit, when shit gets real, I think
or after halftime, he should have been down.
There is no motivation for them. They're just down there drowning, and you see it on their faces. Their confidence
is gone,
and it's getting more and more. It's getting deeper and deeper in despair.
And you're the guy that's supposed to kind of handle that.
Yeah.
And you see offense that kind of there's. Like I said, there's people talking to the offenders. There's people talking to Lamb. There's people but the defense is out there looking pitiful.
They lost.
You know what they needed? They needed to play that Jimmy Johnson halftime speech. Right.
They should have Jerry should have called them and put this in there. Yeah, this is what they
because they needed to get it together.
And their confidence is shattered. I brought my old jersey. Where is it? I brought is this the last quarterback? I don't even worry anymore. And why would I worry? I went to Romo. Now I'm at Dak, and I'm ready for another ring. And it's just, and I'm sick of waiting because now even with another coach, you got to rebuild and start all over. And that's why I'm I think maybe that's what Jerry is a little bit too. Do you really want to just burn down the whole house?
We're gonna blow it up when we need to blow it all up. When it gets to the point where it's all right, get rid of everybody, then we'll go ahead and reconstruct.
I mean, and I think what's different between McCarthy and Garrett is McCarthy had a lot of 8 and 8s.
No, Garrett was 8
and 8. Garrett had a lot of 8 and 8s.
Oh
McCarthy's been 12 and 5. They have been competing and looking like
it's the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's
just
playoffs. But that's a Mike McCarthy special.
It's the same thing.
I don't know, but also remember McCarthy's never been the type of person to rile you up and get you going. Yeah. He's always just been all right, well, we know what we need to do.
And that's what I wanted anyway, because I was because Jason Garrett's a cheerleader. He just slaps you on your ass and keep it moving. And no,
Jason they need some famous thing.
I need somebody to pump fear. I want an old school tactic coach that's gonna, and
I don't even want to say it, but we'll see what happens next year.
It's always next year. I'm just.
Well, moving to another fraud of the NFC East.
Okay, hold on, though. Can I say this?
Yeah, okay.
I feel, depending on what happened with the Packers in San Francisco, though, might help. I really think if
a real team is going to show up and beat them the way they should have.
If the Packers go in and beat San Francisco, that means Dallas. We should have won, but should we? We might be dealing with a really good team, and no one knows. People have been sleeping on it. So you're they should have beat them. Should they? If they go in, no, we lost to San Francisco by how much?
A lot.
If they go in there and Green Bay beats on San Francisco, which I really think they can, you're still looking at me I think they're a better team than people are giving this Green Bay team credit for. I think everybody's been tantalized by the Texans and all these other teams, and they've been sleeping on them because they had to choo-choo train themselves all the way up to where they are. And I think now they go in San Francisco, just put that foot on their necks. I didn't okay, then Dallas just the black catch from my heart. But then, then Dallas has just done what we said they were going to do again. But if Green Bay goes and just massacre, I think San Francisco, Are we going to look at things a little bit different
will it make you feel better?
I don't know, but it might. I think it might a little bit. Like, I think it helped that Dallas was the only team that got beat badly. We're the only home team to lose.
Well, yeah, we will see come this weekend.
But we'll see. I think the Packers are a better team than people think they are.
We'll see. But like we were saying, those frauds in the NFC East.
Yeah, because apparently it's just an entire division.
It's the whole, yeah.
Who likes on the side of the mic, right?
It's good.
Okay.
Oh,
making sure we weren't talking to nobody.
But
Philly just got absolutely embarrassed. I'm sorry, by a crap team. I like Baker Mayfield. I think he's a hard player. I think they look good because Philly looked like trash.
I mean, I give you that too.
They're NFC South, and they barely won the division. That is a crap division.
Okay. Well, but we're talking the same thing. Yeah, they might have been a crap division. I also will say the Packers creeped into the playoffs. They had to win the last game to get in.
Yeah, but there's a good team in their division that I could see them. I could see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Packers didn't win the division because the Lions are a really good team.
And Packers beat the Lions.
And they have.
They beat the Lions.
So, like, it has been better in Packers than Tampa is only in the playoffs because of their division trash.
Oh, and the Packs beat the shit out of the Lions at home on Thanksgiving.
That is true.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was there. Now, Philly has been looking bad ever since we said that when they got to that stretch of games and they lost just about every game we thought they
and they don't they know what to do.
They lost more than we thought.
Yeah.
We thought they were going to beat us. Like, well, I mean, I think we can beat them, but let's be real. They're the Giants. We're not good.
And I think they don't they know what's happening.
They're fractured. I think Sirianni really missed his OC and DC from last year, and we saw how much they had a effect on this team.
Well,
this team didn't have an identity. But remember when they were winning, they never looked like a complete team.
Well, I was watching ESPN2 Peyton Eli, and they had Ray Lewis up there. Yeah. And Ray Lewis, to me, he was just like, they don't play like a team. He said individual people are playing to do. Everybody's trying to get their own highlight reel, and they're not. It's not breaking it together. Those two, I can't remember. They bumped into the corner and safety. They ran into each other because everybody's doing. Oh, I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna do that, and then they just ran into each other, and then he's gone. You
can usually overcome it when like AJ Brown's out there because he is the kind of guy that can. I'm gonna do me, and we'll win if I'm doing it. But he's not.
Devontae Smith you can't have everybody me.
But without AJ Brown, you saw Devontae Smith getting clamped on.
Yeah.
You saw, and they didn't have any. The run game wasn't working. Like there was.
I think they luck ran out too. I think they used the ball there.
They used to go 10-1, and that was it.
And then they look so depleted. They just. It's like
No.
Like was it
And I don't know. It just seemed like, and if you were watching that game, Jalen just looked like he was like, whoa.
That's something.
And then I'm hearing a lot of people complaining because he's not a leader. He doesn't have any emotion. And like at first it was awesome because like
he's still kind of
he's so calm. Yeah. But now they're like they need somebody like come on guys, and he's all like
Dak is like yelling
we're like try to go back out there again. Like who was it that was like one of the guys was trying to like cheer him up, and he's the whole time like dude's like come on, and Jalen's just like
I don't know, but that it showed that they weren't a team. They weren't a cohesive team.
Yeah,
and I gotta also say it was sad to see Jason Kelce how he was on the side.
I was because as much as I hate Philly, I do like Jason Kelce.
Yeah. So I felt bad for him.
I did too.
Now strong.
Kelce.
Yeah, apparently it's Travis and Jason Kelce. Apparently the father got tired of correcting people, so he just let people keep calling him Kelce. Fault, so they're like, well, why didn't you? He was like, well, I didn't. They're like, well, I don't know if that's a good excuse, but all right, fine, Dad.
I mean, I know a lot of people like that, but I guess that's up to them to correct people too.
No,
well,
I don't think they knew.
Do you think?
But anyway,
do you think?
Sorry, random tape.
Yeah, do you think that Philly will? Honestly, I don't know what they need because
they will OC and DC.
Yeah, who's gonna? I don't know.
When they had an OC and DC, they were good. They left. These new guys came in and they suck. You need somebody else to revamp the team. You need somebody that's going to pull that back together. Our offensive line was absolute trash. We rotated in guys off the street. We drafted people. It's trash. We fired our O-line coach. We now have an O-line coach.
Think of a good defensive coordinator. I'm going back for a second. That's for Dallas. A good defensive coordinator.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Like Brian Flores.
We'll have to talk about that when there's no football.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be covered during
the
off-season.
Yeah. The second, search for a husband, finding Dallas a defensive coordinator.
Unfortunately, this show isn't big enough to have any influence in them ever here, so I don't know how much we're gonna help. But
but it'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think this was the greatest game of the weekend.
Yeah. Rounding out the NFC, Rams and Lions.
That was good.
That was a good game.
That was a really good.
It came down to the
Puka got held.
It came down to that last drive. Yeah. Puka was everywhere.
Yeah.
He is going to be good for years to come.
Yeah. He is
it's just all we're really thinking is how much longer they're going to have Matthew Stafford.
And like the Lions,
he's still balling.
Yeah.
He's still zipping that ball around.
Remember last year he had that elbow thing, so it kept him out. This year they look like the Rams.
If they could bolster that defense a little bit, because right now Aaron Donald's kind of like the whole defense.
And I would
maybe balance out that
O-line
to give their running game a little bit more.
Give them a little bit more time.
And then give Matthew Stafford a little bit more time.
I felt like Goff felt disrespected a little bit.
I feel like he got the monkey off his back.
Well, they were.
I really do.
Nobody was talking.
But everybody was all Matthew Stafford coming back.
And the Lions didn't really care about Goff.
And Goff's kind of I got just tossed aside.
I went to a Super Bowl. We didn't win, but was you there? I was there, and
then they just tossed me to the Lions where I was supposed to die because Stafford couldn't even win there, and clearly he's better than me because they got rid of me for him.
Yeah,
but
the Lions actually, you heard him in the stadium screaming his name.
Yeah,
so you could tell the Lions are happy to have him.
I think they felt disrespected a little bit.
I think they did too.
I am happy to see the Lions doing good. It's nice.
Yeah.
And Dan Campbell changed that culture, and they bought in.
Like kneecaps, man.
So I'm happy for them.
That game could have went either way. I think there's another minute. It could have been the Rams.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they throw that flag. They kick a field. Rams might win that game. Yeah, they kick a field goal and win. It's over.
Yeah. That was the best game because the other ones, I don't think nothing else came even.
Everything else was blue.
But the funny thing is, with it being the best games, it's the least to talk about because it's if you saw it, it was great, and now the Lions move on. There's really nothing more to say. I think both teams have some things that they might want to add and do, some tweaks here and there, and I think next season looks good for the Rams. They've got a lot of youth. They got a lot of youngsters. Yeah. They got the youngsters. That youth. The two youths. But I mean, if Cooper Kupp can come back a little healthy, Puka is. I think at the same token, though, I think that kind of shows Stafford greatness again because this is a third receiver who's playing all-time great ball.
Yeah,
and he's throwing the ball to who's common denominator here? Calvin Johnson,
Cooper Kupp. I mean, Nate Burleson's career was better with Stafford than a lot of other places he played. Stafford makes receivers better.
I don't think they would like you saying that, but
what?
I don't need stat,
but the quarterback play does matter. But
we've seen teams have really talented receivers. DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, very crappy quarterback play. Hasn't put much up, even though he's one of the best. Justin Jefferson, every time Kirk Cousins gets hurt.
Yeah.
He missed 7 games and still put up over 1,000 yards.
Vikings get a line.
Yeah,
I can't figure out why he keeps getting hurt. Is it because he gets annihilated every play?
Yeah,
get every play.
Let's not lie.
Anyway.
Anywhere Kirk's gone, he's got annihilated. There was never
nobody protects him.
No, he just has to run around
I'm white. I can't run. You need to protect me.
Yeah. See, here's the sad part. These AFC games. Fins Chiefs, 4th coldest game.
At all time.
Now, if this game was in Miami,
I think it was different. They can't play anything.
They can't play in the cold.
My boy, I messed his name up so bad on purpose. Now I can't say it. Because I used to do it on purpose, and now I can't say it. That's my own fault. Yeah. But he looked absolutely miserable. I am not made for this. Who chooses to live in an atmosphere like this?
Travis Kelce said that he could see Mahomes' like scalp. Like he could see his head through that hole in his
helmet. Yeah, like that helmet cracked, and then like
and the backup helmet is frozen on a heater. It's kept in a bag, so it's just cold over there.
He said it was frozen. He said his thing was like
he was mad. He wanted to switch. They were like, you're
gonna have
play like
this.
Switch.
I mean, and the thing about it is, Chiefs had a lot of field goals. Their running game ended up catching on at the end.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and
Isaiah Pacheco
started doing some stuff.
I mean, they don't.
Miami's obliterated by injury. They only had half their offense. Yeah. They didn't even have half their defense.
And it was really cold.
I mean, I think 2 or 3 of their pass rushers literally got signed off the street that week.
Yeah.
Everybody's hurt.
They show in the stadiums, the cooler for actually keeping the water bottles
from freezing.
Warm.
Yeah.
And they took out the water, and you're watching it freeze in seconds.
We actually had that happen in the car.
In the car?
There was a big water bottle in the back, and I pulled it out. I'm like, this worries me about the quality of this water. It didn't freeze, and I picked it up, and we watched it just that was cool.
It got cloudy and it was hard. It was
so cool.
Yeah,
anyway, I mean, it just I can't judge either team completely because the people out there, looks like the Chiefs are at. Like, wait.
Yeah.
Back to what? Because if you're talking about back to Chiefs football, no.
They're playing a scarred Miami in
-4 degrees, like negative 27-degree weather.
If they didn't win that,
they had 20 people go to the hospital.
I believe
hypothermia and stuff.
That's what I said. It was too damn cold. I'm like, it's dangerous to be out there that cold. I felt like it was dangerous for the players, and the ice bowl was cold in that, and I felt like that was.
Yeah,
you have people at lungs freezing.
I feel like it was kind of a fluke. Even though I don't think the Bills are that great either, I think they're going to smash the Chiefs, and we're going to get so it finally. Because no, they don't want to, because it's Patrick Mahomes. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I don't think
this team's bad.
I think the Bills' defense is more than enough to stifle the Chiefs.
Yeah,
because didn't they beat the Chiefs this year anyway?
Yes.
So yeah,
everybody beat the Chiefs this year. They suck.
So it's going to be.
I think Dallas would have beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs suck.
So I mean,
I'm sorry.
Next week I see the Bills beating them, but that also on the Bills in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
that was. I think if they would have played on Sunday, I truly believe the Steelers would have beat them.
You think?
Yes.
Yes.
If you played when the weather was really that stadium was clear.
They weren't sure they could play Saturday. They're not playing.
No.
I thought so.
They were talking about whether that was going to be a thing, and they were like, no, if they're already announced for the injury report, they have to keep them. They said they're out.
Sometimes they wait till the last second.
Well, yeah.
So there's people that they
that might not. Well, but that's. I mean, we wouldn't know one way or another on that.
So, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, if they had to play in the weather where Josh Allen couldn't just throw the ball in the passing game, it was just physical on physical, I think Pittsburgh would have won. But I mean, you let Josh Allen take off for what, 56 yards?
52 yards, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's great. I was like, goodness.
But every time I thought the Steelers was about to
come back.
That pick in the red zone with Mason Rudolph really that changed everything.
That was about to be a touchdown. I really believe that
they were driving. They had the momentum.
They was going. Yeah, they were about to do this, and then it's just. And I felt like they had to reset a lot in that game. Every time it looked like everything was starting to go the Steelers' way.
Stopped. Yeah, they get stopped.
Reset, and now we're trying to. Rudolph was getting hit more than he was other games.
Yeah.
I feel like he was on the run a lot more, which is good on the Bills. That shows make him uncomfortable. Why are you gonna let the quarterback? Which is what I'm saying about love. Why you let the quarterback get comfortable? Who was it? What game was it? Was it the Lions? There was a game where they were just the Tampa Bay. They were over her. They were not.
Well, they said that Jalen Hurts, if you push him out to his left, he cannot function. He can't. He cannot roll out to his left because he cannot. He's not good at throwing.
They weren't. That Bucks was all over.
Yeah, they had a game plan and they executed it. He had somebody in his face the whole time. He was always missing the throw. Could not get
his stuff in the.
They weren't. They were not letting him be comfortable.
And Buffalo did the exact same thing to Pittsburgh. Let's make sure he's not.
And that's he was just running in circles and stuff. And he hadn't done that with 3 games. He was in 3 games,
right? Something like that. Yeah.
So he definitely hadn't done that in the other games.
Yeah.
And then with last and not
rounding
least,
up, that first game.
This is the one where I was really thinking it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be the better game.
Y'all said, we all
win.
said the Browns. I thought what I said. I said it'd be nice if the young. I didn't think the story was going to happen. The young team, the rookie coach, in
the beginning, the Browns were driving. They made they got their first couple points, but then it just
Nico Ryan being a defensive coach, he just started picking out how you dissect Joe Flacco. It's not even just that he's coached against; he's played against him.
Yeah.
So I know from a player standpoint how to beat Joe Flacco.
So I mean, they made the adjustments, and then it just opened the floodgates. And C.J. Stroud and them boys just. Remember, they had 2 pick sixes back to back.
Yeah,
and then once that happened, that was it.
And that's Flacco kryptonite anyway.
He always throws interceptions. We know that.
But when it starts to get a little bit more fluid, he just
it was
he retreats. You see, I mean, he looked
deflated. Yeah,
once again, like he just looked.
Yeah, but I will not lie to you. Him coming off the couch and the Browns thought their season was over when they lost when Deshaun was out. And he came in, gave them life, and I really thought they had a chance. I
did too. I mean, like I said, it's a nice little Texan team. So I mean, this is they're nice.
They play the Ravens this weekend. So the Ravens better be careful because
I think whoever wins this game wins the AFC.
Oh yeah, the Texas Ravens. Yeah, that is definitely going to be the AFC representative.
It's gonna be. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. The Texans Ravens game. Yeah. I think.
I'm looking forward to that. I am looking real forward.
Yeah. Talking about these games coming up is all we got. We gonna make game picks on that.
Yeah.
Texans Ravens.
I got the. I have the Texans winning. I want the Texans to win.
Working.
Barely, but I got it.
You should.
No, it's fine. I can still see it.
I don't see anything.
I do.
It's because you're blind.
I got the Texans Ravens. I got Texans beat. I would like Texans to beat them, but I won't be upset if the Ravens win.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't be upset if the Ravens win.
I don't know if they should arrest them. The Ravens.
That long.
I think this is gonna be a long time just sitting in this.
And you know how the Ravens are. They take a while to get going.
They get
And if they're cold.
This Texas
and also, when they play, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold when they play.
Yeah, like it's
I want to get the Texans this week. I'm not doing it again. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the Texans. I mean, if Ravens win, then okay, we all look like idiots. But
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna Texans. I'm gonna say the Ravens, but once again, I would just like I said before, I wouldn't be disappointed if the Texans.
I think resting for too long, and I'm gonna go Texans.
I do see the Ravens. I think I don't know. I think I would have, even if it was for a quarter. I think I would have played Lamar just to get him.
Who do you guys got for the Packers?
Niners.
Packers 49ers. I'm gonna go 49ers.
I'm going Niners.
I think Green Bay can do it.
Okay.
I think it makes me feel better.
Niners plus 30.
Okay.
I got the Niners winning this.
It's gonna be plus 30.
The thing about it is, I think the defense of the Niners is going to be all over Jordan Love in that offense. I'm not going to say Jordan Love's not going to make plays, but I think that there's going to be more of a I mean, you guys have it at all 3 levels too in Dallas, but I think the Niners are going to game plan a little bit better for them. Especially, they saw what they did, so they're like, okay, we can.
They're not going to drop Nick Bosa into coverage.
No.
Well, I have an old friend. He a Green Bay fan, and when he was beating, he was checking on me to see how I was feeling. And I was like, all I got is I want Green Bay to go in and beat San Francisco. That's all I ask. Like, that'll make me feel better. So I'm gonna say go Green Bay, and I don't ever say go Green Bay.
No,
so I think
I
think that says a lot in itself.
I think this is a pretty easy game to pick. Bucks, Lions.
You think Lions? Yeah. I think Lions. I wouldn't sleep on Detroit though. I think Lions sometimes.
You went to Detroit, yeah.
Shut up. I wouldn't sleep on Tampa though. After I saw, I'm like, I don't think that was right. Baker, I don't know. I like Baker. He's a slippery one. And you never know with Mike Evans.
If they bite a kneecap off, he's gonna be really short. I don't say that.
Mike Evans didn't have a great game last week, and he's a maker upper.
That's true.
So I think if last week didn't go great, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just Evans.
I was actually surprised that, but they won by using people we weren't like Palmer, number 10, number 19.
Yeah.
So it was also nice to see that they did have other playmakers who could make plays for them.
So I see Detroit winning, but I don't think Tampa's going to make it easy.
Yeah, and then
I don't.
And then the Bills.
Chiefs, Bills.
I'm going Bills.
I think Bills.
I'm going Bills.
Bills are a more complete team. Just what it is. They're going to stifle Travis Kelce. They're going to make Patrick Mahomes run around with like I said, with his head cut off. And I think they're going to stop the run game. And they only got to cover one.
And I don't think the Chiefs' defense is going to be able to corral Josh Allen. Like, if they cover the receivers, I think Josh Allen's going to run all over.
So, yeah. I got them. I probably got them winning by 2 touchdowns or 10 points, something like that.
Yeah, 10 or more, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is going to be a good weekend. I really do.
Yeah, I think these games are going to be pretty good. Like I said, like the Packers-Niners, I think might be a stomping, but the rest of them, I think, is fairly back and forth. Although I thought that Cleveland was going to win, so here's what I think.
I think that,
and I thought being a Giants fan was going to be fun. So
I tried to warn you.
Yeah.
Like I've been. The thing, like I said before, I try to hold my enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I do. And they made me believe. And they hurt me. And that's why I try to hold. But like, when can you believe? Do I have to wait until we're actually at the game and say, oh, we're here. This is nice. And even then, like.
Yeah.
When the confetti comes down.
And you're crying and you're seeing them kiss the trophy.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When Michigan played Washington, like we had like a lead, and it literally was not until like the clock hit like 0-0-0, and then I'm like watching. I'm like, oh my god, I don't think they can come back in enough time. And then it finally hit 0, and I'm like, they didn't come back. They oh my god, the game's over. We won.
Because I don't think Detroit fans completely get it. I think they've been hoping for the basics for so long. They don't get, like, I've done this. Like, we won a playoff game last year. I want a Super Bowl. I want to win a Super Bowl. They had me wasting God's time on this. And I'm ashamed of myself. Like,
yeah.
But...
That's left for the future. Oh, just minor headline. Bill Belichick's second visit with the Falcons.
I heard that.
Mike Vrabel went to visit with the LA Chargers today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pete Carroll still hasn't seen anybody.
I don't think he's
Washington is going through everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that new ownership is making sure they're doing due diligence.
Yeah.
They're not playing. But they can't. They have to find something. So
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, guys.
And
don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Tell us what you hear,
And we'll holler at y'all next time. All right, peace.